All right, so we're going to talk about individual tee work. Again, you guys are unable to play real games right now because of circumstances that are outside of your control. There's a lot of stuff that's within your control that you can find ways to get better. And I know you guys have a real desire to get better. You've shown me that. You've told me that. And so here's some very baseline tips about how to find ways to get better from just something as simple as tee work, and making sure that we are game ready when it's time to be game ready by trying to recreate a type of environment that makes it feel like a game scenario when we're hitting off the tee. So most tee work involves somebody setting the ball up in the middle of the tee, taking their stance, grabbing bat, and going. Okay, and grab and go. And we talked about this in our team meeting on Zoom video the other day, that we don't want to just grab and go and get reps. Reps is not key. Doing more and more and more and more is not the most important thing right now. Doing really high quality reps is going to be more important than just getting 1,000 swings. So if you want to get loose, start with where you stand at the plate normally, with the ball in the middle of the plate so that you can catch it, a pitch that's down the middle, even with or just out in front of your front foot. Okay? So the contact point is, if you drew a line straight from where the ball is back toward the batter's box, it'd be just out in front of your front foot. Okay? So do your 5 or 10 getting loose to try to warm up, and after that everything is with a purpose. Okay? Every single rep. And if you only get 25 reps in, doing it with a serious purpose and with game-like intensity, you're going to be better off than doing an extra 30 or 40. Okay? So if we're going to practice the middle pitch, now that we're deciding to practice like it's a game, we're going to get set up from our normal routine. Okay? If I start outside the box and I get ready with a certain routine, like I look at the pitcher, I figure out my setup, dig a little dirt, I always tap the middle of the plate, maybe a little point at the pitcher for intimidation, and now I'm ready to go. I take my rep. Great. After my next rep, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, my buddy, my brother, my sister load the ball in there for me, and I do it again. Let's say it's the same at bat, and I'm just going to keep my intensity. I keep 1 foot in the box because that's what the rules are now, apparently. Okay? And I'm working on a middle pitch, and I know that there's a pitcher out there, and I want to have my good rhythm, and I want to imagine that there's a guy out there that's trying to get me out. And I'm going to think about looking at him and seeing what the pitcher would be doing, and then I'm going to focus on the ball. I'm going to take my rep. Okay? Middle pitch. Very simple. Middle pitch, set up how you always would set up on the plate every time you're taking your reps. You want the ball just out in front of your front foot after you've taken your stride, okay? Not before, but after you've taken your stride, that's where you want to measure the contact point for the baseball. So a little bit out in front of your front foot, or even with your front foot. Now, what are most pitchers going to do early on? They're probably going to try to pitch you outside. You've got to prove that you can hit an outside pitch. So put the ball in the outside corner. The ball's on the outside corner. One of the most important things that we've got to realize is that we don't get to have the same contact point as a middle pitch or an inside pitch. We've got to hit the ball deeper in the zone. So if I set up on my home plate, just like normal, knowing that it's an outside pitch and I got to make it feel like it's outside, then what adjustment do I have to make? My adjustment has to be my contact point. It can't be all the way out here. So what do I have to do? I've got to move the tee back, basically, so that when I stride, the ball is in the middle of my body or just in the middle of my front thigh. Okay? This is the contact point that allows you to take the same swing and drive the ball over the left fielder's head for an oppo taco. Yeah, I said oppo taco. Okay? You guys want to hit homers, you guys want to hit doubles, you got to be able to drive the ball the other way. Okay? It's a really important part of the game. So, same setup. I know there's a good pitcher. He's got a pretty good fastball. I can wait on it. Ball's going to be outside. He wants to pitch me away. I've already hit a double down the right field line. He doesn't want to test me again. So I'm going to get my normal routine, pick him up, know that he's going to outside pitch. Same stride, same delivery. Focusing on contact point deeper in the zone and driving the ball over the shortstop's head or over the left fielder's head. After you've practiced middle and outside pitch, fine. You get to do your favorite thing. Hit the inside pitch. Okay? Working on the inside pitch, a couple of things that we really want to make sure are key. One, that we're catching the ball out front of our front foot. We don't want to practice hitting the middle pitch back here. That's basically practicing getting beat by a fastball. We want to practice our ideal contact point, same setup as we would normally have on the plate. and we want to make sure that we are palm under at contact. Palm under is the top hand underneath at contact when you get to this ball. Most kids in that 10, 11, 12, 13U range, the reaction is to come fast over the top to get to the inside pitch. That's the normal reaction. All this is going to do is have you swing and miss or pound the ball to the first baseman or the third baseman if you're a right-handed hitter. Okay? What we want to make sure we can do is we have enough clearance to get to this ball, be able to bring our hands in and still keep that palm under at contact. And finding out where your ideal contact point is really important because it's different for every person. Okay? So for me, I got to make it like, if I really want to make it feel like an inside pitch, on the inside corner, a tough pitch for me to hit, over the right fielder's head, then I got to be able to have it almost a foot out in front of my front foot for me to drive that ball, to have enough room to clear it and drive that ball and not feel like I'm getting beat. Okay? So, keeping the shoulders square as long as you can, your same normal routine. Step into the box. I know there's a pitcher, guy's got a pretty good fastball, I know I got to catch it out front. I got to catch it out front, I want to make sure I do it with my palm under at contact. Normal stance, drive in, and find that contact and drive the ball over the right fielder's head. Every stage of this is important because we have to learn our ideal contact points. You got to practice with a serious purpose in order to get things done. So remembering that inside contact point is different from the middle is different than outside, and also that levels matter. So if the ball is down, the more down the ball is, the further you got to let it get deep because it's further away from your hands. Stuff that we'll talk about in more detail in more videos after this, but for right now, having this much purpose with your practice will make it so that you are game ready and ready to answer the bell when we're allowed to do so.